A quake of the earth.
Football.
Earthquakes. An earthquake.
Chris, you gotta give me.
What are you
context.
saying?
What in
Earthquake?
the fuck is opening item guess of the year?
It's
have
something
context
Chase
for
sent me a while back.
I sent
and
you something? Oh,
you
yeah, I
send me
did.
this.
I remember that
Yeah,
now, yes.
Yeah, you sent me this. It's very
I was like,
simple.
I sent
All you are literally, you're literally just guessing the year. That's it.
It's
I'm gonna
fun.
give you clues.
It's cool.
And you're gonna try to guess
The
the
one
year.
person that's probably really good at that is the one that sent it to you. The rest of us all suck.
No, so I don't think I'm going to be
He's
good
like,
either.
no.
No, I've seen a couple of them. They're fun, but they're hard.
Don't forget that, Chris is the guy that you could literally say any year of a Big Brother and he can tell you the winner. Right, Chris?
It's
Season
true.
8.
Season 8, Evil Dick.
I knew that one.
So did I. I just like when he says Evil Dick.
Ooh.
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 I need to be careful. Since you're 12 now, I can't really be making those kind of jokes with you.
That is a massive delay. Holy shit.
Weird.
Instagram is a minute behind. Oh, no, it's not. It just 10 seconds.
Jason,
So,
you
Chris-
sound
like,
you're
hold on,
like
catch up.
800 miles behind your microphone.
Because I'm right here, bro. I look back to you.
Chris, you did it the same way that like the one I sent you was done?
Yes.
Cool.
Did it. Chase like got it locked in. Chase like I'll get it third
Oh,
try.
no, I'm definitely not going to get it, but
Oh shit, Kevin's not here. Who's gonna introduce the show? Oh, that's weird. We didn't really talk about
He had
that.
he had half the monster.
Basketball.
He's ready to go.
We have like 4 seconds.
Now.
Hey, guys, join me in the closet. It's 7 minutes in heaven. Oh, that just goes. Oh, what is that noise? What was that noise?
Yeah, make that stop.
It's Chase.
Make it stop.
You
Chase,
already
It's
know
me?
it's Chase.
I don't think
Oh,
so.
God, that sounded disgusting. It sounded like just
It was-
mouth spit and like.
His was
We're
the
just
only mouth
assuming
that
it was his
moving.
ASMR.
No, I wasn't doing anything, at least not on purpose.
What's up, guys? It's 7 minutes in heaven, and unfortunately, we don't have Kevin. So if you guys want to tune out and just not be a part of the podcast tonight, I totally get it. It's sad. It's a
100%.
sad day.
Yep.
Everyone
Just let us know ahead of time so we could just not
Just
do
give
this.
us a heads up.
Everybody, just give us a 5-second moment of silence for him. All right, that sounds about 5 seconds. Apparently,
He
a
got
car.
hit by
Close
a
enough.
tornado.
Apparently, a
accident.
car or
No.
Chase says a tornado hit his.
No,
internet
Chase
source.
didn't say tornado. Chase asked what happened.
Chase yelled tornado.
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 I did not yell tornado.
But no, he's back in like the 15th century. He hasn't had internet all day. He's very sad. He actually sent me a text. He said he's fucking pissed. He just got fiber, and it's not working for him. So I feel for him. And also,
I'm sure his wife is really happy. Oh no, she likes protein. But fiber's good for you too.
Yeah, there you go. Wow,
Oh.
Jesus, terrible joke. And I'm not ready
Ugh.
for the crickets. That was just god fucking awful, man. Anyway,
fiber's
we
good
got
for you.
7 minutes in heaven. You guys all know it's sports, so it's not going to be 7 minutes. It used to be 7 minutes, but it's now not 7 minutes. It's like 45 minutes.
To be
If I
fair,
had
it was
my way.
never 7 minutes, even when we timed it.
I think at one point, maybe the first or second time we did it, it was 7 minutes.
We
It was in
timed
between, like,
it,
7
but
to 10
then,
minutes.
but then, people like myself and Kevin have to finish a thought. So if that timer went off and we're in the middle of a thought, it turned into 10 minutes.
That doesn't sound like you.
I know.
But we got a
I
cool
know.
guest of the year. I have no context outside of that. That's going to be our opening item. We have NFL. We got some baseball. We got some FSU update. Apparently, UNC beat the shit out of us. I had nothing about that, but Chase can probably dig into that. NFL apparently schedules release. Chris is probably going to ask, is it too early for? It absolutely is, Chris.
It is, yeah.
Brock Purdy
That's
was
why I put
absolutely-
know it is.
dot.
Yep.
Brock Purdy was absolutely overpaid to be a game manager. I agree with that, so we don't talk about that. NFL playoff change, I don't know
game
anything about
manager?
that, so we can do that. We got fantasy duds.
Game.
Chase continues. Kiss of
Game.
death.
Thank you.
What did I
for the
kiss of
Braves.
death? No,
Braves.
we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
KOD.
Yeah. So
No.
that being said,
You.
guys, jump into opening. What'd you say? Game? What did I mess up? Game?
No, Jose, when you said game,
Game
he said
manager.
gay? He said
Oh,
gay
God.
manager?
Game manager.
I was like, he could be a game manager. I don't care.
Okay, that's different. Anyway, guys, opening item.
Excuse me, do you know how much a polar bear weighs?
No, how much?
Enough to break the ice. Hi, Fred Searing. How are you?
How much?
Chris, come on, give it to us. What the fuck?
Here we get. This is called Guess the Year. This is a little inspiration from Chase, actually. Chase sent me this, and it's very simple. It's all sports related, except they threw one thing about a movie in there. Basically, I'm going to say, you're trying to guess what year it is. I'm going to start giving you teams that have won these championships in
During
different
that
sports
year.
in this year. Yeah, and you're going to try to figure out what year I'm talking about.
And then one of them, he'll randomly toss in a movie that came out.
A movie
that
or
year.
that's Chase done the practice. He gets it. So I'm
Did
going to
you
start.
pull
And
all of these, or has this already been pulled?
I was gonna say.
no, I did this one. I pulled this one.
Oh, okay, cool.
I watched one that they did, and I did one. So I put this all together. So the first
Hey,
one.
Kevin joined. I know he's
Oh.
fucking having FOMO like a motherfucker right now. So everyone say hi, Kev.
Hi, Kev.
Hey, Kevin.
Hi there.
Sorry for getting hit by a tornado.
Yeah.
No,
Damn
stop
tornado.
saying that.
Chase said
All right.
he did. I don't know.
No, he didn't.
I'll stop interrupting.
Chase confirmed it. all
Also,
good.
Chris is now 9
Yep.
years old again, Kevin. Lots has changed. A lot
I
has
mean,
changed.
You go a week, I shave. Apparently, I've dropped 20 years.
Chase's
least.
wife is stealing the microphone. Chris is
Been a lot of
going back
Our
chaos.
in
pets'
time.
heads are
actually.
falling off.
Pets'
We
heads
got a
are
lot of
falling
shit
off.
going on around here. So the first one is I almost fucked up. The Stanley Cup champion this year was the New Jersey Devils.
Okay, that's the 80s, I believe.
1993.
Or am I thinking of the Islanders who won it like 4 times in the 80s?
89.
No, and the other thing I forgot to say is you each get like 3 chances.
Yeah, so you might want to hold off because you're going to get more context.
Oh.
He's going to then name like an NFL or MLB or NBA team that won the
I've got a
championship
total of
that year as
4.
well.
I've got 4 things to go through.
Oh, that's
you
great.
get,
It
like,
would have
3
been really
lives.
nice to explain how this thing works before we started. That's cool.
Okay, I'm telling you now. Okay, add your guess in now. Then that doesn't count. Then go. Your Stanley
Yeah,
Cup
we have
champions
to.
were the New Jersey Devils.
And we have to guess now. And
You
we
don't.
have
No,
to
you
wait
don't
for
have
all.
to. No, you
All right, I'm
don't.
not guessing.
No, you don't have.
I'm
to.
going to wait for
Okay.
one more clue. One more
Yeah,
clue.
me too.
Okay. Yeah, unless you're feeling confident. The MLB World Series champions were the Florida Marlins.
Okay, all right. They won in, what, 97?
96.
No, the Braves won. No, 96 or 95. We won 95. I thought the Marlins won 97. I'm going to say 97.
97. That's what I'm going with.
No, you're both
Locked
wrong.
Ooh, they also won in what? 2001? But did the
No, they didn't win 2001, did they?
Yeah, that's when they had Miggy, Miguel Cabrera, and all them. Wasn't that?
No,
No, 03. That was 01 or 03.
Yes, it was 03. It was 03. Yankees won in 2001.
Then it would be 03. Yeah.
In 2000, they
I'm
won.
gonna wait. I'm gonna
Diamondbacks
wait. I'm
won
gonna let him
2001.
give us one more clue just to confirm the 03 thought.
Jay, you want to throw a guess out there?
I don't have a fucking clue, bro.
Do you
I
want to
don't
say
know.
anything?
This is- I want Kevin back because I wouldn't be the dumbest person right now on this one. Kevin would be like, "This is fucking stupid. No one knows this." Chase
Yeah,
wins."
well, especially
No.
for hockey.
I mean, no. I'll tell you right now. If I was on the other side, there's no fucking shot. I'd be.
Oh,
getting this.
cool. I'm glad you made it fucking somewhat doable. You dick.
No,
I'm going with
99. The answer is
Down.
99, obviously.
2002.
no, it's not.
No.
He hesitated.
Next, the Super Bowl champion was the Tampa Bay Bucks.
03. It's got to be 03.
Are you locking in 03?
03. Yeah.
Chase wins.
Locking
You're
in
right.
03.
Yeah.
Locking in 03. Oh shit! Look at that. You all got it. Wow. Would the
What-
movie help? The
button
movie
that
was
does that.
the movie was Finding Nemo. Would that have
I
helped you,
think
Jason,
have
if you
to
heard the movie?
100% yes, because I was
Okay.
actually I was working the movie theaters at that time when Nemo came
Oh,
out.
here
So
we
fuck
go.
you. Can I just say
Rude.
this as a suggestion? I
Sure.
love this as an opening item or a reoccurring segment. But
Mm-hmm.
can you throw in the movie earlier?
That's a good point.
Yes.
That's a good. So
Yeah, I
to
can-
give Jason and Jason a shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
just-
I was going to
just
do that. It wasn't going to
shake it
be.
up.
Yeah, it's not going to be
Yeah.
the same order. Like I'll switch it up and like start with the movie. Or start with one.
I
for the
also like
movie.
that you did start with NHL first because like that's all of our worst.
Probably the hardest one. Yeah.
Got it. Is that it? You just did one?
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
Okay, cool. No. I want to make sure.
No, that's really
You only
just
did one.
Yeah.
You only did one. You only did one there.
Earlier he said he
just
did
the one.
4, but I didn't know if he meant 4 variations.
Sorry,
or
I meant
four
like
clues.
4 for the year. Yeah, yeah.
I got you. All right, guys. That was awesome. I actually do enjoy that. I just think that we should probably Maybe just
Jason's
throw in
like,
movies
just-
or shows.
I mean, it can be like a movie, a show. I'll throw in some it won't just be sports. I'll mix in some stuff.
Dig
So
it. I dig it. I fucking
Dig
love
it.
the tap dancing. It's hilarious.
tap tap
I
tap.
love it. I love it so much.
And Chase
Do your
is-
thing,
I
Jelly.
Never stop.
Chase is like when you bring a kid to like church and the kid starts acting like an asshole and you're like,
And the
fuck,
kid
you
acts
you're
like
just
a kid.
Please ignore it. Please ignore it. Ignore it. Ignore it. And then when you call it out, Chase gets really embarrassed.
Jelly start.
I don't care. That's not the worst thing that's happened on the podcast with you. So,
That's a fact. Yeah, probably not. That's not the worst thing tonight. Yeah.
no, I mean we can get sued for this.
Probably true.
Oh, Jason.
And it's gone.
Oh man.
It's gone.
Where's Kevin? He's quicker.
is-
He always finishes quicker.
He's got those fast fingers, bro. Schedule release. Is it too early for? We're talking
Yes.
predictions,
Yes.
Chris?
I was gonna say W's and L's, but sure, we can do
Yes.
predictions.
W's and L's, Chris.
I just every time I see the schedule,
August.
just get excited.
August.
We
get excited.
recording this episode on May 19th.
August.
We don't even
way
know
too
where Aaron
early.
Rodgers is right now. That could change everything.
That
right,
would.
bro?
That's the Super
Oh,
Bowl
yeah,
winner
that-
wherever he goes.
Right there.
Oh yeah,
Him and
when he
his
goes,
Achilles.
just lock it in.
Lock it in.
Wasn't there a game? Is it the Giants? Was that the one that the Packers and Giants play, and JC was inviting us, or something like that was happening?
That sounds
We
accurate.
play
Yeah.
In New York, correct.
Wouldn't be able to get Kev. I can't even get Kev to fucking go to Chase's cabin like trips at all. So I highly doubt we're gonna get him to go to a football game. As you can tell, I get butthurt about this. It's there's
I'm
a
still upset.
There's a video out there, and I gotta send it to you guys. And it's basically this guy that shows up to a room, and there's like 5 different characters in the room. He's like, "Who the fuck are you?" He goes, "I'm your 1999 man trip that didn't happen. I'm your 2003 Bali trip that didn't happen." And all I think about is us and all the trips that we talk about, and it never fucking pans out. So. It hurt
Yep,
when I
that's
watched
this
that.
year's
I'm
trip.
talking to you
Where's
and
that
you,
one?
and Jose and Chris. Don't look away. It's you two. too, you
Don't
little
look
shitheads.
away.
Okay.
I'm looking
okay.
right here.
We could have had plenty of man trips in all of these major metropolitan cities that I've been living in. That
Hey, I
Chris
came
and
to
Chase
New
have
York.
been living in.
I came to New
and-
York.
and
What does
nobody
that
has
have
come to us.
anything to do with planning a trip, though? Like, did you try to plan it and make it happen? Did you
No,
put
because
forth the effort? No,
because
Can't-
if I don't have what are you going to pay for me? Like if I'm facing some financial hardship and I cannot pay myself to a trip, then maybe let's plan to go to a friend. Let's
You
go
can
to that person.
speak up and say that to people. You know?
Chris heard me. Right? We had
Chris
a
heard
great time
you
in
with
New
what?
York, right, Chris?
I did. Our
Oh,
trip
no,
to New
no,
York,
no,
it was fun.
It's one thing to say, hey, no one wants to come see me in New York. It's another thing to say, hey, bro, I can't make this trip, but if you want to plan the trip to me, we'll make it happen. I guarantee
Chase
you that.
knows.
Chase, has that ever happened?
Chase knows this. We don't know
Yeah.
blanket invites do not count in this
Not-
friend group. You have to
Not
be
a
very
blanket
specific
invite.
and targeted.
I'm saying when we go really early in man trips or just friend trips with our wives and kids, we state, hey, how about this spot? And
Sorry,
no one
Michael.
says anything for like 3 months, and then we bring it back up, and we're like, all right, this is that, because no one said no and no one said yes. We're just going to go with it. You could go in that situation and go, yo, I can't make
How
that
about
trip.
how
but
about
if you come to me-
Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Huh.
Come to Philly because,
Phil.
and here, it's not just come to Philly because, hey, no one wants to see me. It's come to Philly because I physically can't make this trip or that trip. And we can
Or
make
it's
it
come to
even-
Philly and we'll try every Philly cheesesteak in the area.
No, I'm,
Just-
I'm-
you can drop
I'm-
the Philly once you
pass.
Yeah, I said
Pass.
I changed it to cheesesteak. I changed it to cheesesteak.
Michael would
I'm
agree
good.
with you and with both of you, Jason and Chris. I can't get him to eat another one. He's like,
No.
No,
I
no,
love
I can eat
cheesesteaks.
them. But if you say we're gonna go hang out with Jose in Philly for 4 days, and we're gonna go across
I'm gonna
the
eat
town to try
18
Phillies, I will
cheesesteaks. I'm gonna
fucking
eat
throw
18
up.
of them.
No, I'm burning
I'll have one. I'll have one and be like,
No, you
plenty.
aren't, Chris. You're
You'll
not gonna
have like half
one.
of one.
he will work on one
comes.
the
The
entire
whole trip. Yeah, that's
And I will be
that's fair.
just fine with that. I will get my fill of the cheesesteak. What am I gonna save it, carry it around with
That's
me
the
all the
noise.
time?
That's the fucking noise. Jason.
Shut up!
Stop! Oh god, no, bro. That
We can't talk
You're
food. That's gonna lead to
welcome.
that. We can't talk food around him. That's what happens. He's hungry.
Let's go. We'll move on from the schedule release. Just keep that in your back pocket, Chris.
August,
Brock
I wrote it
Purdy
down.
Got paid for the first time in my life. I'm gonna agree with Cam Newton. That was overpaid for a fucking game manager. And we're not talking like game manager like some people have always claimed that Tom Brady was kind of a system quarterback. I'm saying the fact that Cam Newton says this motherfucker is an overpaid game manager, and I think he's absolutely correct when he says that.
All right, that time I did hear gay. I didn't hear game.
Hey, I was like, one of those was gay. I know one of those was gay.
Gay manager.
I just blur them together. I was trying to figure out what you were laughing. I was like, what the fuck did I say? I was like, oh, it's the gay thing again. Does anyone disagree with Cam Newton and I? That he was overpaid.
Can
game
you?
manager?
So I saw
Give
that
me
he
the
got
numbers.
paid. I didn't see the exact numbers.
He got
Chris, you got that?
5 years for $265 million was his contract. And
Where
per
does
year,
that
he's
put
getting
him on?
$53 million.
Where does that put him on the current quarterback paid hierarchy list?
Per year basis, he's number 7.
Okay.
He's
and
behind-
who's ahead
he's-
of him?
Dak is at $60 million. Joe Burrow's at 55. Josh Allen, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence are at 55. Tua's at 53.1, and then there's Brock Purdy at 53.
Who's below him? See, I don't
good
think that's a good one. I
context.
think that's all fine. I think they all should be paid. Maybe
Right
not.
below
So-
him is Jared Goff.
So
Jared Goff should be
what?
paid.
So what I'll say to be devil's advocate? Yes, I do think that's overpaid. But what I'll say to be devil's advocate is at this point, if you want an above average starting quarterback, it just seems like that's the going rate. So it's almost like I want to see what future deals look like before I can fully judge this. Like, because yes, he's 7th right now, but all those 6 deals you just said, all 6 of those deals are very recent. So like, he's 7th on this list, but a year from now, he could be 15th on this list. And that feels right. You know, if I told you he was the 15th highest paid quarterback in the NFL, would you say that that's crazy overpaid? Because I wouldn't say that's crazy overpaid. 7th, yes. Being the 7th highest paid quarterback in the NFL is overpaid for Brock Purdy. But a year from now, he could easily be like 12th, 13th. And
is
to
a-
me, that's not that crazy.
That's a really good point because I really feel like that's the way that the league changes every year. It changes so fast. It's like as soon as you hear that,
Especially
like,
recently.
so and so is the highest paid of whatever position. It's like only for like a few minutes. It feels like sometimes before somebody else is getting paid more. Obviously, that's an exaggeration, but like within a year, somebody else is getting paid more because they use it as a negotiation tactic. So
Which is
I
why
think you're
I
right.
feel like the fact that he's only 7th, when, like you said, it tends to reset the market every time a quarterback gets paid. I think he realized, like, look, I'm not the guy to reset the market. Like, I'm not, Joe Burrow. I'm not Josh Allen. I'm not Lamar Jackson. I don't reset the market, but I'll take my $50 million, be very happy.
He's like, hell yeah.
Yeah. So, yes, I do think it's overpaid in the sense that $250 million for him is too much. But when you put it into context of where I think quarterback pay is going over the next couple years, it's probably going to end up not being that crazy.
I have no facts to back this up. It just feels like there's got to be better quarterbacks out there that could take his spot, and that's why I feel like it's overpaid.
Like,
I have nothing but a
who do we
feeling.
not
but
they
name?
may
I
not
don't know.
be
You're gonna
on
ask
a
me who is better to
contract
replace
year.
him.
No,
I
no,
don't
I'm just
know.
saying they may not be in a contract year,
Yeah.
so they may not be in a position to get paid more than him.
No, it's not even get paid more. I just feel like I just don't see him as this like starting quarterback right now. Like
You don't think he's a starting quarterback?
No, I don't at that rate. I think he's a good starting quarterback for something like an up and coming team that needs like someone to fill in the blank. But for like 49ers last year, I know last year they kind of shit the bed, right? Am I right about that one?
Yes, they were really
Yes.
bad last
Yeah.
year.
But prior to that, they were like playoff contention. I'm just like, dude, you're missing the quarterback, and you
They
can
were in
take it to
Super
the
Bowls.
next part. That's
Well,
kinda
and
where
the
I'm getting at.
crazy part is having Brock Purdy as their quarterback is actually a major reason why they were where they were, because he was so cheap. He was, on not only a rookie deal, but not even a first round pick rookie deal. He was on a 7th round pick rookie deal. So he was not getting very much money. So they were able to allocate that money to other positions and keep around defensive linemen, linebackers, wide receivers.
arguably number one running back in the league.
Exactly, because he was on such a cheap deal. So, I mean, they were able to leverage his cheap deal to keep all those pieces. Now that's out the window, and they're kind of rebuilding. So I definitely get it from that perspective. And if you're asking me, like, if I'm the 49ers and the Titans came to me and said, I'll trade you Cam Ward for Brock Purdy right now, I'm saying yes, for a number of reasons. One, I just think Cam Ward's ceiling is extremely high, and I hate that since he's a Hurricane, but I think he's an extremely good quarterback. But two, the money. because rookie deals are so much cheaper than what these quarterbacks get paid eventually. So the Niners got kind of a bargain and were able to make the Super Bowl because they were able to keep all these other positions with such a cheap quarterback, and now they're paying for it on the back end. And yeah, unfortunately for them, I do think their time is kind of up. I feel like they missed their window. They now are, stuck paying what most teams have to do, which is pay their quarterback, and now they can't. It's already being hit. They're already having to get rid of some of those pieces that they were able to have because they had a cheap quarterback.
I don't even know where I like it. I don't know how to say this. Like, I don't know even politely or the right way, but when it comes to the wards and how the structure of NCAA is, and the fact that you said I hate Ward because I don't hate Ward. I hate saying this because Ward is a Hurricane. I want to change that because he played for them 1 year, and if he won them a championship, I get it. But he kind of didn't do. I mean, he did do good stuff for his stats, yes. But for the actual organization, they didn't win shit.
Yeah.
So it's like to claim him as your own. That actually irks me a little bit. And it's like the last place you stay, that's where you're going to claim unless you shit the bed. Like, for example, what's his face that played on – I don't even think of his fucking name now. Our quarterback for FSU. Who
Jordan
just sucked
Travis?
ass.
Oh, you're talking about DJ.
DJ,
DJ
right?
Ungole.
God.
Nobody will ever remember him being an FSU player. Like, maybe
Because
next
he was
5 years,
terrible.
sure, you'll be forgotten. But
try to
Ward, you'll
repress
get
that
Ward
memory.
because he did all these stats, but he did jack shit for you, but he actually played for other teams for long. Like, it just – like, that part fucking irks me. And I don't know why, but it does.
I mean, that's fair.
also-
The War one – sorry, go ahead, Jose.
Sorry, I'm just gonna say this real quick. I think it also, after they're done playing for you, if they still rep you, I think that also plays a part into why I personally wouldn't like him because he's a Hurricane. Because I wasn't he in the draft throwing up the U. Like he's still very much like a Hurricane.
That was my
Even
school.
though he only
like,
played for the Marines.
still- yeah.
Well, and for me, it hurts more because there was that like moment where it seemed like we were going to go after Cam Ward. We are kind of pumping the brakes on DJ because we were waiting on Cam Ward to make a decision, and then Cam Ward. And I don't know all the specifics. For all I know, he was always going to Miami. But for a minute there, it seemed like it was down to us and Miami, and we weren't going hard after DJ because we were hoping Cam Ward would come to us, and then Cam Ward declared for the draft. We get DJ. Cam Ward didn't like his draft prognosis, and so he goes to Miami. So that is like a double like whammy, knowing that we at least had a decent shot at him last
could've
year,
had him.
and last year could have gone so much differently.
That whole thing reminds me of what's his name, Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins.
Basketball?
I mean, his
Basketball
dad,
player, yeah.
mom, both played at FSU. Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't he? We were
hype
like
was
convinced.
so
like,
real.
He's coming, and then
Oh, we figured it
It's
wasn't
like,
a lot,
why
but it
does
was
he-
about
why
as
does
close.
This keep happening to us.
I know. Anthony Edwards, too.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards was supposed to come to FSU and ended up going to Georgia. But it's funny because the Georgia coach ended up getting like, I think fired like a year later. And there was like all this talk. It was like right before NIL really blew up. And there was all this talk that they like dropped a humongous bag to get Anthony Edwards to go to Georgia over FSU.
I love when Chase
great.
uses like young terms like bag. Like I didn't even
Drop
know that's
the
a
bag.
dated term.
Drop
When he
that
when
bag.
Chase drops things like that. I'm like,
Get
it actually
your bag,
doesn't seem wrong
Chase.
when he says it. Like it just seems natural. All right, so NFL
Until he
playoff
says
change.
like a fleet of ships, and then he's not.
No,
that's
don't.
because
I haven't
of
said that in
mind
years.
games.
Haven't said that in years.
But he's
Now
like,
it's stuck in
thank
his
you
head,
for
he's gonna
reminding
say
me.
Now
it
it's
tonight.
absolutely in my head. I will definitely say it later in this episode.
The
Thank you.
proposed change, and this is the first one that comes to mind. So, Chris, if there's other ones that you want to talk about, let me know. But the one that they proposed is would reseed the playoffs teams
Yep, that was
based
mine.
on their regular season record after the wild card round. This means a wild card team with a better record could potentially be seeded higher than a division winner and host the playoff game in the divisional round.
I hate that.
I do too,
Why?
even though it makes perfect sense. I know it makes sense
Yeah, it makes sense, but I hate it.
Why do you hate it?
because I'm not
Guys, I
used
think
to it,
it's-
if I'm being honest.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah.
Change. I don't like the change of it.
And I'm just like, it's so much easier to just connect the fact that you won your division, so you
Yeah.
get a higher seeding. Like that's
I'm about
every sport. Like I'm just
about
like,
it.
why do we have to change it though? Like I don't understand. It feels like sometimes it feels like the NFL is just changing rules just to change them, just to do it.
No, because you guys have short-term memories, and I don't know if this would fix this one or not, but it's going back to the day where you have teams that have like 10, 11 wins, and then you see what was it
The
like
Seahawks,
the Seahawks divisions?
yeah.
that's
They're
like
under
not
500,
even
yeah.
500
Shitty division.
making-
Yeah.
That's where I find it to be the fix. Now, is this the fix that will fix that? I have fucking no clue. I'm not smart
Probably
enough to do
not.
that. But in my opinion, that does fix that issue, in my opinion.
So-
First off, I
Good
don't even think you
point.
should go in the playoffs if you don't have 500. Fuck off. Your division sucks. You're out. Done. I'd rather do that, but we're not going to be able to do that. But if you
As a
don't have
member of the
500,
AFC South, I
I was
do
going to
not
say that's the reason that keeps
on
us
that.
hanging in there is
So I'll
We can
play
go 8-9, win
I'll
the
play
South.
devil's advocate again. Some people could say if you're not good enough to win your own division, you shouldn't be hosting a playoff game. Again, I fully get where you're coming from. It makes perfect sense what you're saying, but just being devil's advocate, if you're going to say if you can't be 500, you don't deserve to be in the playoffs. Some people could say if you can't win your own division, you don't deserve to host a playoff game, right or wrong. And then the other thing I'll say is I get
Wait,
that
go
they're
back to
doing.
that. Go back
Yeah.
to that one. I don't disagree with that one. Wait, what?
Isn't that is it the reseeding it, making it so that a wild card could host a playoff game over a division winner?
yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
what it's saying.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
not
you're
only
saying-
that, but there's also the advantage of that the higher your seed, the more likely you'll face a seed that's lower than
Worse,
yours,
yeah.
right? That's
Yeah.
But
worse.
I don't-
So there's that
I don't
advantage
agree.
too.
I hear you, Chase, but I would still disagree with that one too. If your team if your division it was like our division last year, like the fucking NFC North, go fuck yourself. All three of those teams probably could beat the shit out of any one of those teams. Did they do it at the end? No, absolutely not, because it's always different in the playoffs. But at the same time, I wouldn't agree with that notion because
I'm not even saying that I disagree or
Yeah.
agree with that notion. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. And then the other thing I would say is if we're getting into like, well, the better teams should host, they should be the higher seed. Well, what if the NFC is just trash? It's just let's just say the NFC is just a dumpster fire. Like the NFC just sucks this year. The AFC is clearly the better team, and yet the AFC, the 3 or 4 seed, isn't hosting a playoff game, but the NFC 1 and 2 are hosting playoffs. So like, where do we draw the line where we're like, all right, divisions, yeah, let's just reseed divisions, but then is it going to go to conference, or are we just going to get rid of divisions, get rid of conferences, the
have-
top 12 teams make the playoffs? Like, because there's
Yeah.
what if the AFC is clearly better and the 8th seed AFC team could whoop the number 3 team NFC team's ass, but the 8 seed AFC team isn't even making the playoffs, and the 3 seed NFC team is hosting a playoff game. So where does the line
This is
get
the way
drawn at that point?
Isn't this the way
doesn't
that
get-
it's
it
done in
doesn't get
basketball?
drawn.
Chase?
Basketball.
Well,
isn't it the top 8
They got
make
rid
it
of
basketball?
top 10 actually.
Or top 10.
have
and they have like a
divisions.
play-in tournament or whatever.
Yeah, except the conferences are still there. They're still conferences. But yes, in basketball, the top 10 teams make the playoffs, and then they have the play-in game between 7, 8, 9, 10.
So like the
Yeah.
bottom
Soccer is
4
that way,
like
too.
play in.
It's like,
Yes,
fall
the-
on the table.
most of the argument just goes back to tradition. Everyone just doesn't
For sure.
change because tradition.
Yeah, I mean,
At the
I've
same
already
time,
admitted that.
I would venture and say I fucking hate coin flips. I don't think that should fucking dictate someone choosing heads or tails. Like I think like you getting the ball first in playoff, like old school playoff time. I mean, I think actually the same time it's still just as detrimental for this time.
Well,
ago.
don't they both get the ball? Don't they?
Yes,
do both teams
but
have
I'm
a chance
saying
to score?
back in the day, like think of like the Seahawks. Heads,
Yeah.
we're gonna get the ball and we're gonna score. They get an
Oh, yeah.
interception, game's over. Like I think of that time, like that flip of the coin can change the game, and I think a pure luck should not dictate who gets the ball first. I always hated a coin flip. I hated that shit. And I get it that the away gets to choose or home gets to choose on the flip of the coin.
I think it's away.
I think it's the away team. Yeah, the away team.
The away
picks.
team gets to
I don't know.
choose heads
Well,
or tails.
and unless they've changed the rule,
visiting
which
team.
I haven't looked at the rules, the team that gets the ball first does have a distinct advantage because if they score a touchdown, the game's over.
Yeah, I think if
the other team doesn't even get a chance.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're thinking college because we're all.
Oh,
can we
college
all
I hate
agree
the
that
I
we
hate
fuckery?
the I hate the new
College
college.
is
I
so
hate the new
fucked.
college one. I liked the old college overtime. I thought it was fucking awesome. I thought it was super entertaining. I loved the old college overtime.
Now
It was-
it's just stupid.
it's awful. I hate it now.
I forgot they changed it.
Yeah.
Changed it. You can tell. You can tell. I don't watch college football unless FSU's winning. Like once FSU sucks, I'm like I'm out.
Yeah, I hate watch when FSU is bad.
I
I just watch so
Just
to
hate
watch
watch
teams
everybody
lose.
else like
Yeah.
I hate you all.
Chris and Kevin and I will be gaming or whatever. I'm like, Chris is coming on. He's like, oh, you guys aren't watching the national championship game? I was like,
Or I'll have
"Fuck
like the
no."
game on.
Give
Yeah, they'll-
zero shits
Why?
about this fucking game.
Literally, last time the championship game's on, I was like, championship game's on. You're both like, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah. Like, I
know,
am not
I have
a
it on.
college football fan. I am not a college baseball fan. I am an FSU fan. For baseball, I'm an FSU fan. For football, and I'm a Packer fan in NFL. Like, that's it. Like, I'm not a fan of just watching a game to watch a game. And the only reason
Is
why
there a
it
sport-
would catch me is playoffs.
Is there a
Sorry,
sport that
fantasy.
you would say, like, because I could say the same thing. I could say the same thing about college football, about all the college sports. I'm an FSU fan. If FSU's not in it, I'm not interested. Same with with football. I love the
not like
sport of
that with
football, the
baseball,
NFL. But the Jags, like, and so I'm rarely in it when it comes to the NFL. But
Most years,
the
Jose
Jags-
is like, I'm
if
out.
the Jags are struggling, I'm just like, I don't want to watch it. I don't give a shit. Baseball, I could watch baseball. I just enjoy it that much. So
Can you?
But
can I make an argument, Jose, that the Yankees have had obviously bad years, but I feel like you guys are in it in some capacity. Maybe towards the later of the season, you guys aren't, but most of the time, the Yankees are somewhat a playoff team or in the hunt in some capacity. So maybe that keeps you interested.
Well, let me reframe it. Let's just talk about, like, those championship games, right? We're talking about the national championship, like, we'll say the World Series. The only time that I won't watch the World Series is if the Yankees were right, like, in the American
On the
League
brink.
Championship and
Yeah.
didn't make it, and then I'm too
pained.
I'm too pained. I'm way too hurt
Fucking hurt,
to watch the World Series.
I'm too
but
hurt. Just too much pain.
Otherwise, if they're not in it, I'd still watch it.
See, I'll most of the time watch championship games, but it's to root against a team. Like, if the Phillies are in the World Series, I will watch the World Series, praying that Philadelphia loses the World Series.
It's
That
the
kind
same
of
way
thing.
about the Red Sox.
Yeah.
With the Red Sox and the Astros, anytime if they're the ones in it, I will be the biggest fan of whoever is facing.
Yep. I become a hater when my team loses.
Well, you said you hate watch. You're just like, I hate
I hate watch. 100%. Like last year, FSU, I would only I would go into the games after like week 4 knowing we are going to lose and would watch just hoping that our players would, like our young players would step up. I told you for weeks, that's all I cared about. It's like, look, the season's over.
Game, though, Chase.
Huh?
It took them like eight
Oh,
games. To
way too long.
actually have them
100%.
start 'em. Yeah.
I fully agree. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, the season's
but
a wrap. Yeah, go ahead and put him in. I
the
guess.
only other college football I really watched was to pray that the Hurricanes lost.
That's fair.
Is Kevin still watching us? live?
Yes.
Yeah, he says talking to the mic, Jose. That was the last thing
Oh.
he said.
Oh, great. Thank you.
You do sound better
there he
when you're
is.
talking to the mic.
I know,
You're talking to the
I
mic
know.
now. Here we
If
go.
Kevin was here, he'd be like, "Oh, you're doing that thing. Don't yell into the mic. Just don't do that now."
Why do you
But
sound
I was
like
just
Adam
curious.
fucking Sandler right there, bro?
Oh,
I
do
know,
that?
yeah,
Yeah, you
that
gotta
sounds
do
like
it.
That was
Sounds
actually
like
a decent
Adam Sandler.
Sandler impression there. That was a good Sandman.
Sandler voice. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
It's a great thing,
but
bro.
Yeah,
I'd
I don't
love
see
to
anything
know.
wrong with that.
I'd love to know what he thinks. And if there are any listeners or former podcast hosts that are listening to us live, chime in. Send.
Here we
in
go. We
the
got
comments.
Kevin says 1876. So we're gonna go back to the opening item.
Okay, he's throwing in his guess.
Jason has not been keeping up with the comments, but
I
then
shared one of Andy's.
And then Kevin says hockey blows. And then Andy comes back in. The podcast seems quieter. What's the difference?
I shared that one.
this is true.
Andy says Philly man trip was epic. Fuck you, Andy. Andy again
Didn't get
says
that invite.
Mahomes and Hurt will extend and reset that. Who cares? Money will always go up. And then lastly, Kevin just chimed in 5-10 minutes ago, actually. Is this Chase's show? Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, it's sports, so
Oh,
yeah,
someone's
he talks
feeling a little jelly.
probably the most.
I do talk a
Chase's
lot
show?
on this.
You know the most. I mean, it's okay. Who gives a shit?
I don't want to overstep.
You can overstep. Please overstep. If you don't overstep, we don't have content. So overstep. That being said, we'll get Jose now.
He doesn't want to swing!
MLB.
All right, let's. While you guys
Such
pull
a
up all your fantasy
scene.
studs and duds.
Who is that?
Yankees right now.
Who is that?
How are they looking, Jose? Are they looking good? What can they do better? What aren't they doing? What do they need to do? How can they lose and make Jason happy?
Got it. Well, I mean, they just came off of a
They just
weekend.
came.
a weekend series win against the crosstown rivals. Juan Soto's first time back in the Bronx got a nice little reception. I don't know if you all saw. He obviously got like just booed like crazy on that Friday night game out in right field. People do these things, and I think it's silly, but it's funny. Like the right field bleachers, they all coordinated to turn their backs when he ran out to right field, so that they had their backs turned to him. I'm just like, that's
Was he a
does not-
Met?
He makes so
You
much
showed
fucking
him.
money. He does
Yeah,
not
he
give a
just-
shit what you're doing right now.
Oh, you
he a
turn
Met
your
or
back on
something?
me? Wow.
He's a Met. He was a Yankee for like, was it even a full year?
It was one full year. Yeah,
One full year.
It was 1 full year, and he went to the Mets for the money, which whatever. But he seemed to have rubbed a couple of teammates the wrong way. It looked like he kind of just ghosted Judge. During that whole thing, there was this one part where at the beginning of the game when they're warming up and both teams are out there and Soto walks over towards Judge, and Judge just walks away. So you can tell
like,
there's
"Nah,
some
bro."
sort of tension there. And then, of course, for Soto's first at bat, he got rained with boos, and he did what any incredibly cocky rich person would do, and he stepped out of the box and tipped his hat to the Yankee Stadium crowd, which was kind of funny. But we won that game, so he can go fuck himself.
Wait, can we go back to the hat tip? That's not like a show of respect. That's like a cocky thing.
No, it's not a show of respect because they were booing him. He's taunting them. It wasn't like if you're like being like applauded, then it's like
Like Freddie Freeman when he came back to Atlanta.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
Not
that
same
was the
situation.
respect, not that he's just like
Not the same
fuckers.
situation. Even the announcers were laughing when he was doing it because it was very clearly he was being petty, which just made the Yankee Stadium crowd boo him even.
I was gonna say, I'm sure the boos got even louder with that.
The best thing was that Goldie and Belly both showed out in the series. Bellinger
Belly.
crushed a belly bomb on Sunday, and both of those guys we have those two guys because we're not paying Juan Soto anymore, and so as replacements for them to show out, it was a really good series for us. So the guys are doing. I always say before the All-Star break, I watch cautiously. I try not to get too excited. There's way too much baseball still to go. I don't even really follow it as intensely until after the All-Star break. Once the All-Star break comes around, then I'll start watching it.
And you lock in.
It's just such a long season.
It is such a long season, but they're 27 and 19. So they're a few games above 500. Chase.
All right, I'm done with the Yankees. We're fucking done. Chris,
I get it. Moving on.
Kiss of Death Rays. What did Chase do this week?
Let's talk about the Braves.
Nothing, but he's
Well-
going to get thrown under the bus somehow.
I mean, really, Chase was so excited to go to the Braves game. I was excited for him. I was jealous he was going to the Braves game, and we were on the verge of, for like the third time on the verge of hitting 500. Chase is like, I'm going to go to the game.
No, we were 500. It was going to be
sorry.
to go over 500
The
for the
hump.
first time
We've
all
been trying
year.
to go over
Yes,
500 the
yes.
whole year. Chase goes a game. Fucking Braves lose it. Blow it late in the
damn it.
game.
God damn it, Chase.
To be fair, we were up 4-1 when we left.
To be
Chase,
fair,
and
the
then-
And
Braves
then what
are
happened?
currently over
And then what
500.
happened? Yes.
And then what happened? I had an almost 2-year-old that couldn't make it through the whole game, and so we left.
Priority.
And then
I even
Chase
tried to
got
get Chase
home,
to do the
and then you guys started winning
999.
again.
No.
But we won the
lost.
next day. We won the next game.
Yeah, the Braves are over 500 though, Chris. So the kiss of
Hold.
death, call it what you will.
There it is.
We are over 500. No, because nothing
is.
can change the fact that we made it over 500.
Who wants some action? We're losing tomorrow night. Who
How
wants some
over
action
are you
right here?
now?
Spencer Strider
20
starting tomorrow.
24 and
One
23. We're one game over 500.
Hey,
One
long
game.
season. Chase says
Hey.
it's a long season.
Woo, it is.
Yeah.
It is. You just want to be in the hunt at All-Star break.
Sounds like that's the common
That's
thing.
kind of what I just said. Yeah.
Yep. Well, and,
kind of just-
and we're there, and we're getting Spencer Strider back tomorrow. You know, the guy that finished second in the Cy Young voting. We're getting
It's
2
like-
years ago, I should say. We're getting him back on Tuesday. We're getting, Chris, have you seen Ronald Acuna? And what he's
ready-
been
he's ready.
doing,
He's ready to come
what he,
back.
bro,
Ionia.
he's already hit.
Bless
so
you.
in his minor league rehab stint, he's already hit 3 home runs. His last game, he went, I think, 1 for 1 with 4 walks and a homer.
I'm horny. I'm ready for him to come back. now.
Ridiculous. He's so fucking good.
Oh god.
Chase,
I just,
also
like,
horny.
all I hear is just
Kiss of death.
oh,
He's gonna
poor
walk
Ronald.
onto that
Poor
plate and just
Ronald.
like tweak his Achilles.
No.
I mean, he's already
Don't-
done it twice.
Don't
Ronald's
put it
gonna
out there.
sneeze
It
and break a
doesn't-
rib or something.
It's out
It's already.
there.
I mean, to be fair, would that really be a kiss of death? He's already done it twice. That's just an
Because you
injured
keep
guy
talking
getting
about it,
injured.
Chase, god damn it!
He's
Shut
not
up.
doing it again. He's not doing it.
I'm
Shut
trying to
up. He's
help
not doing
you
it
out,
again.
bro.
Help me help you.
Chris, you're gonna open
Hey.
it up for Fantasy Studs and Does because you said 13 words this episode.
Come on, even the gay guy's talking more sports than you, man. Come on.
Fantasy
mean?
is yeah, sure what
It
that
was a
means.
stereotype
Fantasy.
joke.
Oh, okay. Fantasy is upsetting. I was on a win streak, kind of like the Braves here. We're on the verge of 500, and then I have yet another classic Sunday collapse to fucking Kevin. Here's what I've learned about my team. My team goes off in the first 3 or 4 days, and then they just collapse. Or the guy I'm playing seems to have the most epic Sunday. I think
Not
Kevin
me.
had 2 pitchers put up like 60 points. What did he put up on Sunday? Yeah, he scored 120 points yesterday.
That's pretty
Hey,
good.
we're talking about you. Don't fucking
not
talk about Kevin. Kevin's not on here.
He's
He
not
can't pay
here.
his
I'm
internet
frustrated.
Don't say his
I'm
name.
frustrated. I mean, yeah, the tornadoes, they'll get you. But my studs for this week is where's my stud? There he is. Not Sonny Gray. He's the dud. But Brian Wu, my man had a week. He had
Who?
21. Brian Wu, pitcher for. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing
Not
it.
doing it.
I'm not doing it yet. I did it again, but he had 2 starts. He got me 21 points. He got me 29.5 points. He's 5-1 on the
pretty
year.
good.
He's killing. He's got almost 200 points so far on the season, so he's probably one of my best pitchers. My dud though, Sonny Gray. We went through tough times. He had a start. He had 36. He's doing really well. This past one, we lost 4.5. We didn't make it through 4 innings, Sonny. That's not going to cut it.
It's not gonna cut it. It's done.
Minus 4.5, 3 innings,
God damn
8
it.
hits, 7 earned runs.
Fucking
Sonny.
Double
bro.
starting this week though, so he'll get
Well,
you
I'm
some
going to need
points.
him to double start a better performance than minus 4.5.
Yep, I like it.
We're trying to get back to 500.
Well, listen, hey, it's you and me this week, Chris, and you're off to a really good start, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's what always happens. I'll be winning the first 3 days, then it goes to hell.
I'm playing Chase. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get smacked. I had to do a whole lineup because my whole team were duds last week. I looked up this morning. I'm so appreciative of Jose coming in, said, "Hey, lineups locked tonight." So
I've
I'm
been
like, let's
consistent
get in there.
this
I
I was
gave
going
a
to say he
reminder.
might be taking over the commissioner
I
title.
think he's got.
Look at you go.
He's
I
absolutely.
set it up right
killing
this
it.
year. I'm
And I
coming up
went
with
in
the
there and I looked at my team, bro, and I saw I have 3 people on IR or IL or whatever, and so I'm like, oh, this is cool. Maybe they got hurt towards the end. No, they gave me 3, 6, and 8. So I was like, we're fucking done. Some of those are pitchers, by the way. So you got a whole fresh new team playing against you this week, Chase. So I'm fucked.
They're rested. They're rested
So
and ready to
No,
go.
no, they're not rested. I just pulled them off the
Rested
fucking
team,
roster. I was like, I'm just adding a bunch of players because everyone's fucking. My whole entire injured reserves are all fucking full. I got all
Same.
3 of them full.
Yeah.
It's-
At one point, I had 7 people on IL.
Jesus Christ! Wait, we have a max. You can do 7.
No.
You can do
They were just sitting on my bench.
I think you can do.
Just
3,
had to get rid of
You
him.
can do 3. You can
maybe
do
it's
3.
Maybe it's 3.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah,
shit,
so-
shit.
Trust
I
me,
just
I
got
know,
promoted.
it's 3.
Shit.
Yeah. I don't even think I broke 100 points last week, so I'm done with my team.
There's no shot. You didn't break
No, you
100
definitely had to
points.
score more
you,
than 100.
you didn't break 200, but you definitely got 193 points.
Wow. I'm
You
proud of
didn't
my
get
fucking
you didn't
self.
get 100 points put on you, so I think
In a day.
Rob put 255 on you to 183, so it's not that bad.
No.
That's like one good day.
No.
What about Chase? What you got?
My stud, Spencer Schwellenbach, Brave Great, got me 2 dubs. No. Got me 2 dubs. My dud.
Don't turn down a blessing.
No, bless you. No.
My dud. And, bro, what a bad week. O'Neal Cruz. He went 0 for 9, 0 points, but the real kicker, 8 Ks. 0 for 9 with 8 Ks.
Damn, brother, that's a rough go.
That man
That's
is
a-
swinging
that's a
at
rough week.
everything.
Stop
That is a-
swinging.
That is a
Not
rough.
hit a beach ball.
I mean, the fact that he only got 9 at bats, I feel like he went to the manager and was like, "Just bench me. This is not my week. Just sit my ass on the bench."
He's like, I've tried on different underwear. I've had different meals. I've tried every superstition possible. Nothing's working. Just sit me down.
This isn't my series, coach.
He's the anti-Drew Farrow FSU second baseman from a couple weeks ago who went 12 for 12 with 6 homers. 0 for 9 with 8 Ks. He's the complete antithesis.
Hot streak right there.
Yeah.
God, that reminds me of one of the most heated sports debates that Jason and I had about luck in baseball.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Sean Moten versus Jose. Yeah, I do remember the luck in baseball.
Why'd you bring that up?
It's like, why'd you go there?
I want you to know that we were doing so good, and you just pissed me the fuck off, Chase.
It's like you just really infuriated
You
me.
just like. I'm so glad that the opening item for the actual podcast that we'll record after this has to do with what you do when you're angry, because we're experiencing it right now.
It's coming.
I had to do it, dude. I had to.
I've never been so fucking angry at you.
It's not even the fact that like.
Like, have you seen his legs?
Wow.
They're so little legs.
Wow.
Oh, whatever.
He might.
Yeah, that's insane. It's not. I think the thing that pisses Jose off the most, not the fact that you choose him.
That I didn't have his back.
No. Not even that you have his back. That you got so heated about it though. With it, like
We were drunk.
it doesn't matter though. You still like.
We were drunk.
That's when people are the most honest, is when they're.
Oh, I didn't
you're
say I
being
wasn't. I didn't say I
truthful.
wasn't being honest.
We're not helping this, Jose. What's your fantasy looking like, bro?
God, me fucking
Baseball.
slapping Chase.
I just spit up.
I'm all fucking thrown up.
He's like, I can't even fucking think straight.
The fantasy stuff. So I pulled
Sean
off
Mote
a
would've said this
victory
quicker.
on just like consistently, just always.
He's like, I had a thought coming. And
As
then
much
just-
as this man gets angry when he gets interrupted when he's speaking, he
That's fair.
cannot.
That's
He
fair.
Cannot.
That's a fair point.
God damn it. So I was facing Tony this week, who had a rough week with a bunch of injuries to players that he started and still only squeezed out a win by 7 points. Now, my stud of the week should be a player, but I kind of think that I got to give it to myself, because on Monday, I went back and forth on making a crucial decision. I have started my closer every week. What's his fucking name from San Diego? Robert Suarez. I've started him every week, and I've gotten some solid points out of him. And I was like, I don't know if I want to this week, maybe not. And I said, fuck it, I'm not gonna sit. I'm gonna sit him down. This week, Suarez on the bench, minus 20.5 points in one
good
game.
Lord.
In one game.
What did he give up?
Yeah, that's-
He blew a save and
Got a loss.
and got a loss and walked out with an ERA of 135.
Holy
From
shit.
that game. He
Good
went.
Lord,
what
man.
did he do? He went one. He got one out. He went 1/3 of an inning. Gave up a hit. 5 earned runs, 4 walks, and 1 strikeout.
Jeez.
That's a
And
rough
walked
go
away
there.
with a minus 20.5. I beat Tony by 7 points.
Ooh.
So I
That would've
feel
done it.
pretty. I feel pretty good with that decision. Jason, I'm glad we remembered that the soundboard's there. But otherwise, besides that, I had a Wheeler. Wheeler has been doing really good, but I gotta say, my guy that I'm seeing a nice turnaround from is Chris Sale, who is the actual star of the week.
There it is.
Against Boston too. I'm like, fuck yeah, Chris, let's go. So good week for him. Felt pretty good about that. Wilyer Abreu has been kind of sucking a little bit there, but even though he was on my bench, I gotta give Suarez the dud. I mean, even though he didn't get started, when you get 20.5 minus 20.5 in one game,
That's pretty bad.
that's a pretty rough go. That's a pretty rough go.
That's a tough. That'll hurt your feelings.
Sale. I remember how he had him on.
Sale.
When I first started fantasy
Sale.
football with Jose, I remember he was with the Sox at one point, right?
He was.
Yep. He won a World Series with them.
There it is. Boom. That's all I got. There's your baseball
The
facts
White
from
Sox.
Jason. Guys,
He
have a
was
good
with the
night,
White
guys.
Sox.
Oh, I thought he
what I
meant the
meant by
Red
the Sox.
Sox.
No, I meant the White Sox, actually.
I was going Red
He
Sox,
was with the
yeah.
White Sox before he was with the Red Sox.
He was, yeah. He didn't win a
Boom,
World Series
suck
with the
it.
White Sox,
I know more
though.
about you, Chase. No, I know more
Yeah.
about him than you, Chase. Yeah. That's something, right?
I know more about you, bro. I love you.
Your team, your heartbeat. We some dogs, man, no puppies.
All right, Chris, softball. What's going on with softball right now, dude? What's going on?
Ooh, softball. That was an exciting game yesterday, but they won the region, and they're playing super regionals against Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Texas
Yep.
Tech. Yep, hosting. Are they
Wasn't that
hosting?
the
Or are they
team that
going
beat 'em
to?
They are hosting. We're the
They're
5
hosting?
seed. They're the 12 seed. No, we're host. FSU is hosting. Yeah.
That's what I meant. Like Florida State's hosting.
Yes. We're the 5 seed. They're the 12 seed.
Got it. Nice. It's that the famous chick that's on our team that does like the makeup and she's like a badass like SUV
Michaela
player.
Edenfield.
It's
Yes.
her last year, right? It's her last.
Yes, she is a 5th-year senior.
Year? Damn.
Bring it home.
Just go. I watched like a mini short thing that ESPN did on her
Yeah, she's awesome.
and her makeup stuff and all that. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, she hit a 2-run bomb in the deciding game because, I don't know if you know how regionals work, but basically by the time it got to Sunday, they needed to beat us twice. Auburn needed to beat us twice. They won the first game 8-3, and then the second game we ended up winning 4-0, but the first 2 runs we scored were on a 2-run bomb by Edenfield. So
Nice. Very cool. Let's go.
Let's go.
Baseball versus North Carolina. Chase. Everyone keeps saying ouch. Why is this such a ouch?
I mean, we lost the series, and the first 2 games weren't particularly close.
Yeah,
both of them started decently close. We just their Friday night starter. Well, Friday night starter, but it was on a Thursday for UNC. Is a beast. He's not going to be a first round pick like Jamie Arnold, but all he does is go out there and fucking just compete. I think with the win, he went to like 13-0 on the season. So he's going to be ACC Pitcher of the Year. We did tag him for 3 runs. We hit a 2-run bomb. Thank you, Alex Lodis. So we did get him for 3 runs, but Jamie Arnold he couldn't locate his fastball. His secondary pitches were money, but he just couldn't locate his fastball. And so not his best outing. Ended up giving up, I think, 3 or 4 earned runs on Thursday, and we lost the game, I think, 8-3 on Thursday. And then on Friday, Joey Vellini, we ended up losing, I think, 12-1, but it's crazy because this is where baseball, to me, can be such a crazy sport because I want to say it was the 3rd inning, Joey Vellini walks the first batter. Next batter hits a weak liner to first base that has a very good shot of being a double play because the runner on first kind of jumped. He saw, a liner and kind of jumped a foot off base. It would have been a close play at first to see if we doubled him off. But our first baseman I don't know what happened in his mind. I guess he thought it was hit harder. He thought it was hit higher. So he kind of like freezes and then he jumps a full second early. And the ball ends up hitting off if he had just stood there and held his glove like this, it would have gone directly into his glove. But for some reason, he misjudged this weak liner and was just caught. And it ends up hitting off his glove and going into right field. And so all of a sudden, instead of having for sure 1 out, runner on first, I think there's a good shot that we get the double play there. And so it's 2 outs in the 3rd, no runners on. Now all of a sudden it's runners on first and second, nobody out. They ended up only scoring 2 runs that inning, but Joey Vellini threw like 50 pitches that inning. It was crazy. And after that inning, he was gassed. And the very next inning, he just gets lit up. The game gets out of control. It's wild how different that game could have been if that catch is made. Instead, we lose 12-1. Moving on to Sunday, Wes Mendez, back-to-back good starts. Good to see. He went, I want to say 6 innings, 6 1/3 innings. He ended up getting charged with 2 runs because he left, he walked a guy and ended up getting pulled. And then our relief pitcher came in and immediately gave up a 2-run homer. We were up 3-1 when he left, and within 2 batters, it's 3-3. We do end up coming back and winning the game. So we salvaged the series, lost 2 out of 3 to UNC. 2 of the games weren't close. I'm not necessarily worried about our pitching. John Abraham pitched really good on Sunday. Good to see a relief pitcher stepping up. Wes Mendez, back-to-back good starts. I don't think Joey Vellini is going to have another start like that. Jamie Arnold is Jamie Arnold, dude. He's still a beast. I'm more concerned with our hitting. I don't know what's going on, but this is back-to-back weekend series where our hitting just didn't seem to have, except Alex Lodiz, because that dude is just a beast. And Cal Fisher has been turning it around, but like it just seems like our hitters can't get hot at the same time. Like when Drew Farrow was 12 for 12 with 6 homers, it felt like nobody else was hitting. And we just happened to get to play Cal, and so we didn't need that many more hitters to step up because Cal's not that good of a team. So we still took 2 out of 3. And now this weekend we had Cal Fisher and we had Alex Lodiz step up, and it seems like everyone else was just off. If we can get our hitters hitting at the same time, I love this lineup, but the past 2 weekends is a little concerning.
Joe, did you breathe? Did you breathe at all?
Yeah,
No, I was impressed. That was
God.
one take, I think. I was impressed.
Insane. I can't make a coherent sentence in a subject that I actually know about. Like, good for you, bro.
It's like a Chase paragraph. He just said it out loud.
So basically, what you're saying is we're gonna get another World Series appearance, and that's about it.
So
That's the
printing
summary.
So hold on. So what's
printing
crazy? What's crazy is this college
Careful,
baseball.
KOD.
This college baseball field is weaker than if FSU's team last year was playing this college baseball field this year, they would be the number 1 seed in the team to beat. That offense we had last year was so fucking good, and we still had Jamie Arnold, and we had a couple other good pitchers. If last year's FSU team was playing in this field this year, this is the year I would be like, FSU's winning it. Like, we have it. This FSU team is not as good as last year's, but the field is so much weaker that if you told me we could lose in the regionals, I'd be like, that sucks. We shouldn't be losing the regionals, but like, it wouldn't blow my mind. Last year's team losing the regionals would have blown my mind. If you told me this year's team won it all, I'd be very surprised. It wouldn't blow my mind because this year's field just feels so wide open. So that is the one thing that kind of FSU, there's no team that's like unbeatable right now. It feels like every week the top 5 teams just lose a series, and we have a new top 5 teams, and then they lose the series, and we have a new top. So like no team has shown that they're the Tennessee of last year. So this field is wide open. So that's at least a good thing that, you know, if you want to look at the bright side of things, we have good pitching. Our lineup when it's on is really good, and no team really has stood out as like the team to beat.
Telling me there's a chance.
Oh, there's no fucking chance. Get out of here, dude.
I love that. I'm saying there's a chance, Jason. We're already fucked. Print the banner and get the next appearance on there, and
Get
then
the
you know.
appearance and let's have a Guinness World
We got
Record
there.
and just,
Boom.
like,
The crazy part is I feel like if we make it to the College World Series, I actually do really like our chances, but I also am not
Don't do this to
convinced
me.
we're going to
Don't-
make
don't
it to
do
the
this
College
to
World
me.
Series. So
Don't give me this hope again.
I'm not giving you the hope.
It's too late. I'm already
That's
hopeful.
7 minutes in heaven. Chris, do you have anything else you'd like to add? No? Got it. Awesome. Just kidding, Chris. What's
I couldn't even take a breath there. No, I'm good.
No? That's it?
No, fuck it.
No? Fuck it. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
All right, guys.
out.
I'm sorry again. Kevin wasn't here. I told him to pay his internet. Didn't pay his internet. Now he's just a piece of shit. Just chilling in his
Pesky
hot-ass
tornadoes.
fucking garage, just hitting internet fiber lines. But that being said, guys,
Yes,
check us out
fiber and
at
protein.
cuptocuplife.com. Cup to Cup Show across all social medias, including the Twitches and the Instagrams and the Facebooks and the YouTubes and the X. I was going to say Twitter, but I didn't say it. X.
You can if you want. It's fine.
It's really fun.
Please check it
It'll
out.
go
Go to
straight
the
there
web-
if you go to Twitter.
Go to the website, cuptocuplife.com. Buy a T-shirt. Buy 3 of them. Send to your mom. Your mom might like it. Send it to Chase's in-laws because they're a big fan of the podcast, I hear. And on that note,
Top
guys,
fans, I believe.
top fans, the biggest. Some say
Top
the biggest,
fans.
the biggest fans.
Some say
of
the
all
biggest.
time.
Some say the biggest of all time.
But I appreciate
Whoa.
everyone stopping in. Let me check the comments, see if anybody left. Nope. Kevin just said talking to your mic a little bit more. Jose, but that's about it, guys. We love you.
He said
We
always.
appreciate you. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.
Holla.
I said that.